Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the post-race press conference for round 5 of the 2018-2019 FIA Formula E Championship at the HKT Hong Kong E-Prix. Another dramatic and eventful race here this afternoon. And our winner from Envision Virgin Racing is Sam Bird. In second place, Edoardo Mortare from Venturi Formula E team. And in third place, Lucas di Grassi from Audi Sport at Schaeffler. Let's speak to the top three. We're live on Facebook and YouTube this afternoon. Sam, your 9th victory in Formula E, your second here in Hong Kong, and the first multiple winner of Season 5. And like I said, an eventful race here this afternoon. Obviously, all the headlines will be that dramatic last portion of the race after the second safety car. Just talk us through how it looked from your cockpit today.
Firstly, I think that all the drivers put on what I think was an incredible eventful race for our 50th race in this championship. Myself and Lucas and Jerome, Nelson and Daniel have been involved in this championship since the beginning, and it's been a joy and a pleasure, and I'm happy that I've been a part of the history so far, and hopefully I've got many more races to go in this championship. The race was a good one. I mean, the pace was very strong. I think I did probably my best ever start in Formula E with regards to my positioning and my attacking in the first lap, and found myself after a lap and a half in P2, which when you start P7 on a street track you don't really expect. So I was very happy with that. I think it was pretty clear that I was quicker than Andre for most of the race, with a lot more energy to spare. What happened at the end was extremely unfortunate. I wish that Andre could have finished the race. It reminded me very much so of Andre and Jev actually in Santiago. I felt like the door was closed. I was going for a gap, and when he closed the door, I simply had nowhere to go. Like I said, it's a big shame. I'm not up here smiling. I don't like winning like that. That's not the aim of the game. But yeah, it was a great race nonetheless.
You've got into the lead of the championship. We're almost halfway through the season so far. You'll be asked this many times, is it your year this year?
There's lots of work to do. There's lots of points left. The guy to my left, the guy to my right, and you know, there's 19 others or 20 others, my math, 19 others, that are seriously good. This championship is full of world-class drivers. Anybody can win on their day. What I would say is that I've got a fantastic team, a great drivetrain, and a group of people around me that is very strong right now. I have a super teammate also who's pushing extremely hard. His time will come as well. So we're in a good place. Like you said, we're nearly halfway through. Let's see what we can do this year.
You mentioned that phenomenal start. I mean, you went around the outside and made up so many positions. Just talk us through that, because it looked really dramatic from the cockpit.
I think I closed my eyes and hope for the best. No, we spoke a lot about what to do in terms of the software settings for the first couple of laps, and my engineer and my data engineer made a super call on where I needed to be at. So I've got them to thank. Lenny and Jorge did a really strong job calculating the right kind of grip level that we needed to have. And then I put the car in the best possible scenarios. We've seen a bottle up going into turn 1 on the inside and turn 2 on the inside the previous 2 years that we've been here, and I used that to my advantage looking at replays, and yeah, I made it work.
Well done, Sam Bird. Congratulations to you and the Envision Virgin team. Great performance today. And in second place, Edoardo Mortare from Venturi Formula E team. Edoardo, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. You'll be looking forward to Sanya in a few weeks' time.
I mean, yeah. I mean, from the results, it's actually quite funny. We had like, now 3 weekends in a row that went really, really well. Very happy actually standing here in second position. We didn't have the pace of the 2 guys in front of us. And I feel I pretty much extracted everything out of the car today, not only in the race, but also in qualifying. Yeah, at the moment it's going well, and we need to improve still, but it's definitely going in the right direction, and I hope that the next race weekends will bring us some more top 5. If we have some luck, like today and like in Mexico, some podiums. Who knows?
It's your second consecutive podium position after Mexico, Edoardo, and you repeated the result from that race, which you'll have very mixed memories from 16 months ago. But just to talk to us a little bit about that second attack mode that you took and that boost, because you took it before others and Lucas had it slightly after. So were you looking in your mirrors at that stage of the race expecting Lucas to make an attack?
Well, I mean, I had it pretty early to overtake Van Doorn in front of me. He was probably a little bit slower, a bit slower than me, and was not doing so many mistakes. Decided to actually use the attack mode quite early to overtake him. That worked quite okay. Obviously, then you find yourself like having to defend to the guys behind you, and yeah, Lucas was doing a good job behind me. He was like putting me under like quite a lot of pressure. I mean, turn 1, turn 2 were quite stressful, and I was trying to make my car as wide as I could. In the end, it worked perfectly, and I have also to say thank to him, because he could have tried maybe a bit harder, and maybe it would have, who knows how it would have gone. But in the end, yeah, I'm very happy.
Well done to you and the team today. Congratulations. Third place for Lucas di Grassi from Audi Sport, Ad Schäffler. Lucas, you got a bit shuffled out at the start and then had to build your race from there. Some, as Edoardo said, a bit of patience from you today, and a little bit of, was there a thought that you were going to keep what you had at stages during the race?
Yeah, sometimes you have to race with your head, not with your heart. And today I had to do that. I had a bad start, not because of anything, just because I chose the wrong path, and then I was overtaken by Sam and by Edo. I was 7th. And then here, the energy management is almost negligible. When it rains and there is safety car, then it's 0. Then it's very hard to overtake. If you go flat out, even with attack mode, the guy is in front close. The only way to overtake is forcing your way through. And when you do that, there is risks of crashing, there is risk of penalties, there is many risks. And yeah, so I tried to put pressure to see if Edo would do a mistake in the last few laps. He didn't, and then for me it was impossible to overtake, even if I was maybe half a second quicker with attack mode, not possible to overtake. So again, we had to calm down, collect the points. Going slightly back was also very unlucky today because of Group 1 in qualifying with a huge shower, and then I was the first one out in Super Pole with also a huge shower. So I was in horrible track conditions. So actually to salvage a 3rd place from the beginning of the weekend, it's a great result. So now we go back, we analyze, and we go strong to Sanya. Same mentality as Mexico.
Yeah, I would just, about the group qualifying, I would absolutely agree with what Lucas said. I genuinely believe that the laps that we did were, it was better than my pole lap in Marrakesh, in terms of, in comparison to where other people were and the amount of water that we had on the track. I think he did an amazing job to get through to Super Pole.
Yes, so everybody understands and realize this for me is the strongest change in regulation from season 4 and 3 to now, is to put the top 5 always in the first group. Because in some tracks, it's going to be much worse, like Santiago, that the fastest guy, I think, qualified like 12 or 15. But this will happen again. So this will put a lot of pressure into the top 5 guys. All the time, all the championship. So it's going to be extremely difficult to... Of course, there's always a chance of somebody pulling away, but much less than season 4 or 3.
And the 50th race this weekend, Lucas, you've been involved since pre-history in this great thriving championship. In terms of it being the first wet race as well, you described a little bit about the challenge and the spectacular action.
Both of us, I think, how many drivers? 4 drivers? 5 drivers?
5.
5 drivers have done the 50 races. I've been on the podium 31 times.
Show off.
I've been disqualified twice, so it's 29. And I'm very, very proud to have achieved my sporting result, being champion of Formula E is such an incredible, difficult championship. But also, I'm very proud of what everybody has done. Also, you were involved since the beginning. You also believed. He also believed since the beginning. A lot of other journalists that are here, media. There's a community that when everybody in motorsport said that Formula E was a joke, we were here saying that it's not. It's the future. We are just creating something. And so to arrive now and have more manufacturers that if you sum Formula One, IndyCar and NASCAR together on the grid, 50th race, stronger than ever. I think that's a very powerful message. I'm very proud to have believed in this championship. For me, there is no better way to race. There is no other more fun championship and more difficult one than this one. So yes, I think everybody should be very proud of what we achieved together as a group.